this is the issue. When you guys are given way too many options and choices, you think you can just walk away and abandon people over little things. And that's
talking about women.
Look, and like I appreciate what you say because it's balance, right? But the issue is that a lot of times these women are not coming from virgin backgrounds. This safety crap that she needs to feel emotionally stimulated is nonsense. Places like Vegas wouldn't exist to where women can fly out on a weekend, meet a complete stranger, busted wide open all weekend, and you're telling me that's safe. That's
because she has a dude at home that makes her feel safe.
No.
What
I'm saying is from a male's perspective, that crap don't sound right. You're telling me.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm terrified this makes sense.
But if we can you walk with me?
And you can't hear what he's saying if he ain't finished. You gotta let him finish. You got to.
That's the part that I appreciate. I like you. I think your perspective is balanced, but it still gives hope. If the man is committed to you, as a woman, in my opinion, you are ultimately signing him up for suffering in a relationship that he's verbalized, right? And then you're making it about your own singular issue, not understanding that in a committed relationship, it's no longer about you anyway. You got one job, one job. And you telling me that you struggle with that. Men don't hear that. That's the issue. Too much of this emotional placating on the fact that you guys got all this crap going on. We don't care. Get it together. It's just that damn simple. Really.
And I respect
the mic drop sound.
You did a very good job articulating what I've been saying. Men absolutely struggle with this because you guys don't process things that way. You guys spend most of your lives not even having the opportunity to think about how you feel about something. You have to just show up and do the damn thing. Part of love for you guys is the duty, is the commitment, despite the fact that it sucks. My question to you, that is a very masculine way of seeing the world, and women come with the feminine, your equal complement. We do not see the world the same. And so I know it's hard to accept your woman saying like all of this emotional stuff because you are a man, but part of your growth as a man is to hold space for that experience, understand it, and also walk with her. That's it.
I agree with you, but I think that if we're gonna paint this and assume that these people are communicating, right? And he's communicating and she's communicating. There's a disconnect in this example.
Absolutely.
Because the communication has occurred on more than one occasion. And what she is failing to do is arrive in this relationship and understanding that my man is of need. The problem is that our needs become secondary when we're in a relationship with you guys. That's the issue. So it's not a masculine perspective.
No, it is. Because masculine men are providers. Men, as providers, you have to look beyond yourself.
That in the fact that I don't know any man that claims to be in a relationship and love his woman that could hear her screaming for a need and he won't do everything in his power to make it happen. And this woman, I don't know any man that's worth his salt, that is decent, that overwhelmingly within his ability knows his woman needs something, and will say, I don't want to, and leave it at that.
So in this specific case, she has daddy issues. And so if she was to communicate with him, I need you to be patient with me.
Okay.
Do you feel that as a good man, him masturbating and not cheating on her is him, essentially being patient with her, or is he actually struggling and then and self-sacrificing for this relationship?
Well, why isn't she doing the masturbating for him? At least, at minimum.
Okay, think about y'all.
You make too much sense, bro. You're not
men,
gonna get an answer there.
You guys are all black men. You've had all different varied experiences with white people, especially white men. Correct?
I'm sorry.
I don't have any experience. I'm talking about I don't have experience with white men at all. Men, purple men, green men.
Experiences, but you've all encountered white people, white men. There is a certain way you approach white people that you do not approach other black people. True or false?
Yeah.
And that And that's and so when a white man comes and says like, oh, like I've never said the N-word, I don't know why I'm perceived as racist. It is not that individual white person that you have that visual to. It's a whole systemic experience of being Black and being a Black man. And therefore, for you to get to that point where you can even trust a white man, it takes work. In a similar sense, there are women who've experienced a whole shit ton of trauma that has nothing to do with you as a man. When she enters a relationship, she has to overcome, she has to do that work, but she has to overcome it to meet you halfway. And this isn't just one or two, this is majority of women.
No, and do you see why guys be, and I'm not one of these guys, but do you see why guys be saying they want virgins and stuff like that, or like, you know, low body counts, like all this trauma that motherfuckers got to deal with, and
virgins also get that idea like good girls don't have sex, don't like, there's a certain like, you just, sex is for reproduction only. You're not supposed to be like trying to, like, you're not supposed to enjoy it with him too. It's a very like pragmatic thing, and if you enjoy it, it makes you a bad girl. Like a lot of, I mean, girls are taught to be chaste.
I just don't see that at any time in history where we have spent this much effort highlighting women's emotions and how prevalent they are in a relationship. I think that it's very simple that when you got two people who decided to commit to each other, that they need to communicate. I do agree that a man who's mature, balanced, or whichever, if his woman approaches him and says, this is what I'm struggling with, that he's going to meet her there. I don't know any man that's not a good man that won't meet her there.
I've met a lot of men who say, go figure it out, go see a therapist, that has nothing to do with me.
Okay, I'm speaking again for.
I know. Yes.
Cool. So we're gonna assume that is the case.
Yes.
He's gonna walk with her on it. At the same time, just like you said, from a male perspective, you're still in a performance-based capacity. That means that your trauma, as it may be, sweetie, I need to know what that's gonna translate like. Because just like we use the example all the time in this space, men, we don't get to quit our position. So if I got daddy issues or whichever it may be, or mommy issues or whatever it may be, do I get to wake up today and be like, I'm not paying another bill for years until I sort this out? No. And the reality is,
so you're saying survival and sex are on the same playing field?
Absolutely.
Yes.
From a male perspective, absolutely.
From a male's perspective, yeah.
I don't even think it's a male perspective. I just think it's logical. It just makes sense.
As a living being, yeah, I agree. We're here to procreate, duh. But arguably speaking, women do not have the same biological imperative of
keep that up there,
right? So, and especially with the constant negative cultural talk about men and sexuality, a lot of women are even inheriting trauma that's not even theirs and walking with fear. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying this abuse and neglecting men is okay. What I'm asking men to understand is it's not necessarily you guys are doing what's I think what you can do within the relationship, but I also wish that there was another aspect where you would be willing to be curious about what she's going through, and then also communicate why it's survival based for you, and have her also meet you halfway.